Most Filipinos drink tea every day, believing it's a healthier choice than soda, but many of the most popular tea brands are loaded with sugar, heavily processed, and barely contain real tea at all. What looks clean on the label often hides ingredients that should genuinely worry you. 9. Great Taste Green Tea. Great Taste Green Tea is marketed as a convenient, affordable way for Filipinos to enjoy green tea at home or at work. It's widely available in supermarkets and sari-sari stores, often positioned as a healthier alternative to coffee or sugary drinks. The packaging uses words like green tea and antioxidants, which immediately signal wellness to consumers. But this product is not real tea in any meaningful sense. It is an instant powdered beverage designed for flavor, not for health. If you look closely at the ingredients, green tea extract is not the main component. Sugar, flavorings, and additives come first. The amount of actual tea used is minimal, and whatever benefits green tea naturally offers are heavily diluted or destroyed during processing. This is not brewed tea from leaves. It's a processed drink mix that mimics the taste of tea while delivering sugar and artificial flavor instead of real plant compounds. For many Filipinos trying to be healthier on a budget, Great Taste Green Tea feels like a smart choice. In reality, it's closer to a flavored sugar drink than to traditional tea. Calling this green tea creates a false sense of health and safety. You're not getting the antioxidants people associate with tea culture. You're getting convenience, marketing, and a product designed to sell wellness, not deliver it.
Number 8. Twinings Tea Bags. Twinings is often seen as a premium, trustworthy tea brand in the Philippines. It's sold in supermarkets, cafes, hotels, and gift shops, giving it an image of tradition and quality. Many Filipinos believe that because it's a British brand with a long history, it must be clean and authentic. But mass-market Twinings tea bags are very different from loose-leaf or specialty teas. What you're mostly getting here is convenience, not quality. The biggest issue is the tea bags themselves. Many Twinings tea bags are made using plastic-based materials to seal the bag, especially pyramid-style bags. When hot water is poured over them, these materials can release microplastics into the tea. This has been confirmed in multiple independent studies on plastic tea bags. You may be drinking thousands of microscopic plastic particles with every cup without realizing it. There's also the tea quality inside the bag. Twinings uses finely ground tea dust and fannings rather than whole tea leaves. This results in weaker flavor and lower antioxidant content compared to real loose-leaf tea. Filipinos choosing Twinings for health are unknowingly trading real tea benefits for microplastic exposure and highly processed leaves. It looks premium, but at the bag level, it's a modern industrial product, not traditional tea.
7. Pokka Green Tea. Pokka Green Tea is very popular in the Philippines, especially among students and office workers who want something that feels healthier than soda. It's cold, convenient, and clearly labeled as green tea, which gives it an instant health image. Many Filipinos drink it daily, believing they're making a better choice. But Pokka Green Tea is not brewed tea in the traditional sense. It's a ready-to-drink beverage designed for mass consumption, not for preserving tea's natural benefits. When you check the ingredients, sugar is one of the dominant components. The tea content itself is relatively low, and the brewing process is heavily industrialized. This means fewer antioxidants and fewer of the compounds people associate with real green tea. What you're mostly drinking is sweetened tea-flavored water. Any health benefit is minimal compared to freshly brewed tea from actual leaves. Like most bottled drinks in the Philippines, Pokka Green Tea is packaged in plastic and stored in hot conditions. Heat, sugar, and plastic are not a good combination. Long storage times and temperature exposure can degrade both flavor and quality. Pokka feels light and clean, but for Filipinos drinking it daily, it's closer to a sugary soft drink than to real green tea. 6. Oishi Green Tea. Oishi green tea is one of the most consumed ready-to-drink teas in the Philippines, especially among younger consumers. It's cheap, widely available, and marketed as a refreshing and healthier alternative to soda. The word green tea on the label makes people feel like they're making a smart choice. But just like many bottled teas, Oishi is not about tea quality. It's about mass production, sweetness, and shelf stability. Sugar is a major ingredient in Oishi green tea. The actual tea content is low, and the brewing process is optimized for consistency, not for preserving antioxidants or natural compounds. Whatever benefits green tea naturally has are greatly reduced once it's diluted, sweetened, and processed at scale. This turns what should be a simple plant-based drink into a flavored sugar beverage with a tea image. Oishi is also sold in plastic bottles that are often exposed to heat in transport, convenience stores, and street vendors. In the Philippine climate, that combination matters. Plastic degradation and quality loss increase over time. Filipinos drinking Oishi regularly aren't really drinking tea for health. They're drinking a sweetened product designed to feel healthy while functioning much closer to a soft drink. 5. Arizona tea. Arizona tea has a strong presence in the Philippines, especially in imported goods sections and convenience stores. The branding is colorful, bold, and heavily associated with natural iced tea and herbal ingredients. Many Filipinos see Arizona as a premium foreign option, something better than local bottled teas. But once you look past the aesthetic cans and labels, Arizona tea is not a health drink. It's a sugar-heavy beverage with a tea image. Most Arizona tea varieties contain large amounts of added sugar. In some bottles, the sugar content is comparable to soft drinks. The tea itself is secondary, used more for flavor and branding than for any real nutritional value. While the label highlights ingredients like green tea or ginseng, the actual concentration is low. This is not brewed tea you would recognize from traditional tea culture. It's a sweetened drink designed to be addictive and shelf-stable. Another issue is perception. Arizona famously markets itself as all natural, which creates trust. But natural doesn't mean healthy, and it doesn't mean low sugar. In a hot country like the Philippines, drinking sugary bottled tea regularly contributes to blood sugar spikes and long-term health issues. Arizona tea looks calm and clean on the outside, but nutritionally it behaves much closer to soda than to real tea. 4. Zesto tea. Zesto tea is widely consumed in the Philippines, especially by students and younger consumers. It's cheap, sweet, and easy to find in sari-sari stores, school canteens, and supermarkets. Because it's marketed as tea, many people subconsciously place it in a healthier category than soft drinks. But Zesto tea is not really tea in the traditional sense. It's a flavored beverage designed primarily around sugar and taste. If you look at the ingredients, sugar is one of the main components. The tea content is minimal, often in extract or flavor form rather than from properly brewed leaves. This means you're not getting meaningful antioxidants or natural tea compounds. You're getting a sweet drink that uses tea imagery to feel lighter and healthier than it actually is. Zesto tea is also packaged in low-cost plastic and often stored in hot conditions. In the Philippine climate, that combination increases degradation over time. For many Filipinos, Zesto tea feels like a harmless, everyday drink. In reality, it functions much closer to a sugary juice or soft drink than to real tea, with none of the benefits people associate with tea culture. 3. Lipton iced tea. Lipton iced tea is everywhere in the Philippines. It's sold in fast food chains, convenience stores, supermarkets, and vending machines, often positioned as a lighter, smarter alternative to soda. Because Lipton is a long-standing tea brand, many Filipinos assume this drink carries the same health value as brewed tea. But bottled Lipton iced tea is a completely different product from real tea made with leaves and hot water. Most Lipton iced tea variants contain significant amounts of added sugar. The tea content is relatively low, and the brewing process is optimized for shelf life, not for preserving antioxidants. This means the compounds that make tea beneficial are heavily reduced. What remains is mostly sweetened, flavored tea water designed to be refreshing and addictive, not nourishing.
In the Philippine heat, Lipton iced tea is stored and transported in plastic bottles under high temperatures. Over time, heat can degrade both flavor and packaging integrity. Drinking Lipton occasionally isn't the issue. The problem is daily consumption under the belief that it's a healthy habit. For many Filipinos, Lipton iced tea replaces water or real tea, turning a perceived wellness choice into a sugar habit disguised as balance.
2. Nestea Philippines. Nestea is one of the most familiar iced tea brands in the Philippines. It's been around for years and is often associated with refreshment, balance, and an active lifestyle. Many Filipinos grew up drinking Nestea and still see it as a better alternative to soda, but Nestea, as sold ready to drink, is not real brewed tea. It's a highly processed beverage built for mass production and long shelf life. Sugar is a core ingredient in most Nestea variants. The tea content is relatively low, and much of the original tea character is lost during processing. This means fewer antioxidants and fewer natural compounds compared to freshly brewed tea. What you're drinking is mostly sweetened tea-flavored water, not a drink that delivers the traditional benefits associated with tea consumption. Nestea is also packaged in plastic bottles and stored in hot conditions across the Philippines. Heat exposure and long storage times further reduce quality. The branding suggests moderation and health, but regular consumption tells a different story. For many Filipinos, Nestea feels like a safe daily drink, when in reality it functions much closer to a sugary soft drink with a tea label.
1. C2 Cool and Clean. C2 is one of the most consumed bottled tea drinks in the Philippines. It's marketed aggressively as cool, clean, and made from real brewed tea, which makes many Filipinos believe it's a healthy everyday choice. You see it everywhere: convenience stores, offices, schools, and fast food chains. Because it's positioned between water and soda, people often drink it without guilt. That perception is exactly why it's problematic. Despite the branding, C2 contains added sugar and flavorings, and the tea content is relatively low compared to freshly brewed tea. The brewing and processing are designed for consistency and shelf life, not for preserving antioxidants or natural tea compounds. This turns what should be a simple plant-based drink into a sweetened beverage that behaves more like a soft drink than real tea. C2 is also packaged in plastic bottles and stored in hot conditions typical of the Philippine climate. Heat accelerates quality degradation and increases the risk of chemical interaction with plastic over time. Drinking C2 occasionally isn't dangerous, but daily consumption under the belief that it's clean and healthy is misleading. For many Filipinos, C2 represents the biggest illusion in the tea aisle, a sweetened beverage sold as wellness.
After seeing how most popular teas are processed and marketed, here's the good news. There are a few tea brands that actually prioritize real ingredients, transparency, and clean preparation. Number 3. Clipper Tea. Clipper Tea is one of the few widely available tea brands that takes ingredient quality seriously. It uses real tea leaves and clearly labeled herbal ingredients, not artificial flavors designed to imitate tea. For Filipinos looking to drink tea the traditional way, this already makes a big difference. What you're drinking is brewed leaves, not processed tea dust. Another important point is the tea bags. Clipper uses plastic-free, biodegradable tea bags, which means you're not steeping plastic into your cup. This matters when you drink tea daily. Many mainstream brands still rely on plastic-sealed bags that release microplastics when exposed to boiling water. Clipper avoids this entirely. Clipper also avoids artificial additives and focuses on organic sourcing whenever possible. It's not flashy and it's not aggressively marketed, but it's honest. For Filipinos who want clean tea without sugar, without bottled drinks, and without hidden processing, Clipper is one of the safest and most transparent options available.
2. Traditional medicinals. Traditional Medicinals is one of the cleanest tea brands you can buy because it treats tea as real herbal medicine, not a flavored beverage. Each product is clearly labeled with its purpose: digestion, sleep, stress, or immunity, and the ingredients match that purpose. There are no vague claims and no marketing tricks. You know exactly what you're drinking. The teas are made from whole herbs, not artificial extracts or flavorings. There's no added sugar, no sweeteners, and no preservatives, just plants, dried and blended properly. The company is also known for strong sourcing standards, working directly with growers and prioritizing organic ingredients whenever possible. Another key difference is the packaging. Traditional Medicinals uses plastic-free tea bags, which means no microplastics released when you steep them in hot water. For Filipinos moving away from bottled teas and instant mixes, this is what real, clean tea looks like: simple, honest, and focused on actual ingredients, not branding.
Yogi Tea. Yogi Tea is a real tea brand, not a flavored drink pretending to be healthy. It focuses on herbal blends made from actual plants and spices, like ginger, turmeric, cinnamon, and licorice. There is no added sugar, no artificial sweeteners, and no bottled versions. What you drink is a proper herbal infusion, prepared the traditional way. The ingredient lists are short, readable, and honest. Yogi uses mostly organic, non-GMO ingredients and avoids artificial flavors and preservatives. This matters for people who drink tea daily. You're not consuming chemicals disguised as wellness, just dried herbs and spices doing what they've always done. Another major advantage is packaging. Yogi Tea uses plastic-free tea bags, so when you pour boiling water, you're not steeping plastic into your cup. For Filipinos trying to move away from sugary bottled teas and instant mixes, Yogi represents what clean tea actually means: simple ingredients, real plants, and zero marketing tricks. Most teas sold in the Philippines are designed for sugar, shelf life, and marketing, not real health. If you want clean tea, avoid bottled drinks and instant mixes, and choose brands that use real leaves, real herbs, and plastic-free bags.